We are here for some great Chicago gold, aren't we? Yeah. Back around, when I was young, these guys came out of Chicago, and they started making hits thanks to folks like Dick Biondi and WLS Radio, who put Chicago on the map in a very, very big way. And one of the many bands that came out of Chicago and are still rocking with us today is the band you're about to see. In 1967, how many people were alive in 67? In 1967, the band you're about to see was voted as America's most popular pop rock band in the country. Signed to Columbia Records, they have made a legacy that is still living today. So it's continuing because they were recently inducted into the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. Not only is that an honor, but they were in the inaugural class. That means they were among the first 10 in history to be voted into this prestigious museum and this prestigious Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So with all of that, if you want to hear him, you got to make a whole hell of a lot of noise. It's taken them 50 years practically to get here. Are you ready? Please make welcome for the first time in Hobart, Indiana, Chicago's very own hitmakers, the Buckinghams.
You know, I want to say, first of all, I want to thank Tom Lounges. Tom Lounges, there he is, for that great introduction, and also for your hospitality and letting us use the record store as sort of our little gathering place. They have a little dinner and hang out.
Green room.
They have a drink. So thanks, Tom. Tom Lounges, how about it? He's such a force all in himself. As he mentioned, yes, we were inducted into the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, what's more appropriate than to talk about that, and here we are in Indiana. So that's next. Next is Indiana. Maybe. But anyway, unfortunately, the Buckinghams couldn't be there for the induction on August 31st, that's right, on Tuesday the 31st, because we were performing somewhere, and it was a great event. I know it was at the Rialto Theater, just in Joliet, just outside of Chicago. So tonight with us, we have the CEO, the president, the founding father of the Illinois Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Mr. Ron Romero. Ron, come on out here.
All right, so in 1967, the Summer of Love, top 40 radio stations across America are playing powerful music from the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, the Doors, the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, and the Turtles. And for the first 6 weeks of 1967, the #1 song in the country was I'm a Believer by the Monkees. That had nothing to do with you guys, right? But until the Buckinghams knocked them out of first place with Kind of a Drag. Thank you for that. That was very good. Right on cue, just like we wrote it. Yeah, not bad. 1967 was the year Billboard magazine called the Buckinghams the most listened to band in America. It was a title well earned when your band has a string of hits of songs that year that include Don't You Care, They're Playing Our Song, Susan, I'll Go Crazy, I'll Call Your Name, Mercy, 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 and Back in Love Again. Flashback 2 years earlier, that's when the Buckinghams formed in Chicago in 1965, when Carl Giammaris to my right and Nick Fortuna to my left of those centuries joined up with just a couple of years ago, joined up with John Polis and Dennis Stefano of the Pulsations. Yay! Thank you. That's my mom.
Can you believe we were once called the Pulsations?
After adding keyboard, Dennis Michaelis, the group won a battle of the bands for WGN-TV's variety show called All Time Hits. They became regulars of the show for 14 weeks. That's a long time. But Channel 9 wanted a band that had more British sounding name. A young security guard that worked for the TV station gave him the list of names he thought might work. Out of the list, the band chose the name the Buckinghams. Not only because it sounded British, but there was also a fountain in Chicago called the Buckingham Fountain in Grant Park, right? Landing a contract with Chicago's USA Records in 1966, the group was sent to Chess Studios, where they were paired with producer Dan Bellick. Their first releases were all cover versions of other artist songs, well in the Chicago area, and then it took kind of a drag to bring the group to national attention. When USA record label went under, the Buckinghams signed with Columbia Records and appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show, the Jerry Lewis Show, American Bandstand, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, and a whole lot of other TV shows as well. That's a pretty good list right there. Today, Carl Giammaris and Nick Fortuna, along with all these guys back here, keep the legacy alive, and the band still tours extensively, bringing their great catalog of songs to many across the country. The band was inducted in 2009 for the class of 2009 for the Hit Parade Hall of Fame. And on August 31st of this year, they were inducted into the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66's Hall of Fame. Dennis Stefano, formerly of the Buckinghams, accepted induction on behalf of the band because the Buckinghams, as we said before, were busy. They're always playing everywhere. It's hard to catch up to them. That's why we're here in Indiana. They're all over the place. So this is close to home for us here. That's good. Tonight, on behalf of the charter members, the Board of Directors of the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum, I am very proud to present the Hall of Fame Award to the most listened band of 1967, the Buckinghams.
It's going to be a little bit big on the hood of my car, but we'd like to thank you, Ron, for your presentation, and the Buckinghams are really proud about this, okay? Because we're Chicago guys.
No, it truly is a great honor to be part of the first group being inducted. Some of the, I wrote it down to just make sure that I didn't leave anybody out. But look at this group of artists that we were inducted with. Chicago, Cheap Trick, The Eyes of March, Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, REO Speedwagon, Larry Lujak, and of course the one and only Dick Biondi. We're all together in the first induction, and on behalf of Nick and I and the Buckinghams, we truly thank you, Ron, for making us a part of it. Thank you so much.
What you need?
One more time, Ron Romero here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all so much for participating in that and being a part of it. And I can't think of anything better than our neighbors in Indiana to be a part of this with us. Thank you. Thank you all.
Go Indiana.
You know, I mean, Illinois, that's where we got our start. We're a Chicago band originally. But anyway, enough of the talking. You want to hear some more music? Yes. We're going to do a song for you right now that this song was performed, you made it a big hit for us, but it made its debut on a little TV show called the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour back in '67. And should we just do it, or what do you think? You got anything you want to say about it? Do you remember anything special about that show?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Everything was English.
They thought, the Smothers Brothers, they thought the Buckinghams were a British group. They really did. They had the whole stage decorated with British flags and seriously. And we came on the sound stage ready to do a run through, and there it was. And they thought we were.
Yeah, I wonder why that happened.
Well,
I wonder why that happened.
Why do you think?
Well, we had Beatle haircuts, Edwardian suits, the Buckinghams. It's sort of like a no-brainer. I didn't care.
That didn't matter to me.
I didn't care. Didn't matter to me.
What mattered?
Road manager came up and said, "You guys did an absolutely marvelous sound check. It's time for dinner. Fish and chips. We're Italians from the west side of Chicago, Mo. Where's the sausage and peppers? Where's the lasagna? Come on, bring on the cannoli. What's the matter with you?"
All right, let's just do it right now. A song called Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. It goes like this.